if you are a YouTuber, I know this is not my sort of thing, but I have just watched the KSI versus Paul Logan fight. I cannot show you any footage because I don't know the laws about if I can show it or not, so I don't want to get sued or anything. But I thought I'd do a quick live video, right? Get it out there of the results of KSI versus Logan Paul. Right, it's a 6 round contest, and they both came in. Logan Paul came in looking lean and big. When you see him, when you see it, he does look a big unit. KSI came in, and he looked a lot trimmer and leaner than he was. Yeah, I thought that Logan Paul would win this. Anyway, first round, Logan Paul won it easy. His longer reach was killing him off, and he just couldn't get to him. Second round, Logan Paul won again. Same thing. It just KSI. You couldn't tell if he could box or not because Logan's reach was a lot longer. He just looked a bigger person. It looked like two different categories in boxing. It didn't look like a fair contest. He looked like an athlete. Then the third round came, and I think all the adrenaline, all that came, what Logan Paul had, got to him, and then KSI came back into it. A lot more punching, obviously less punching off Logan Paul, and KSI won that round easy. Obviously, when they came to the fourth round, it completely was all about stamina, and the fatigue came in, and that is the whole point in boxing. You can be as good as boxer, you can look as good as you want, but if you haven't got stamina and you can't, it's like any boxing match. You will just get knocked down if they can punch, or just won't be able to physically lift your arms up. Obviously, it was then turned into like a cat fight, very wild punching, just trying to look for that big knockout punch. It was pretty even. I would have probably gave it KSI just because he was attacking more, but it was pretty even. I mean, being a judge in that fight would have been hard. It came to the last round, and the fifth round. It came to the fifth round. KSI, I would have said, won that as well. Then it came to the sixth round, and it was just scrappy. It was pretty much of a joke. I mean, letting them two do 6 rounds of boxing was quite embarrassing. Anybody can look good for a couple of rounds because obviously you have so much stamina, you have so much in your locker before it all goes. In any sort of sport, this is why professionals look so much better than an amateur. And it was just scrapping. They got a few punches, but a lot of energy was wasted on just empty swings. Anyway, it came to a points decision, and two judges gave it a draw, 57-57, and the other one gave it to KSI, 58-57. But it came out as a unanimous draw. So basically, no one won. KSI kept the title of the YouTube I Can't Box title because basically they cannot box. I mean, I wish I had loads of viewers. I wish I had loads of millions of subscribers because I think I could beat KSI. I know I can see his weaknesses, and I'm not a boxer, but I can see his weaknesses. They're doing a rematch, and I actually think Logan Paul will win the rematch because he only really needs to up his game on the stamina. Anyway, other than that, before that, there was the Jake Paul and Deji fight. Everybody thought that Jake Paul was going to win, and you know what, Deji, he did all right. You know, he's got no muscle mass. He's got nothing to him. You know, he looks unfit, right? He also looked a lot smaller than Jake Paul, but he went in there, and it's passion that got him to the 5th round, and then they threw in the towel because he just couldn't physically cope with Jake Paul's boxing. Jake Paul, I would say, is a better boxer. If I was going to do a rematch, I actually think Jake Paul could beat his brother and KSI, right? They probably won't ever watch this, but I don't really care. But out of all the boxers, I didn't see any of the other ones because I don't really care. I saw the last 2 fights. Out of all the fights, the Jake Paul and Deji fight was better in my view. It was like passion, where Deji, obviously he was just running on passion, and Jake Paul was actually fighting. But the Logan KSI fight was really good as well. I mean, it's well worth it. Was, I mean, £6. I thought it would be not worth it, but you should have seen the atmosphere. I mean, I've seen some boxing matches, and like your Anthony Joshua's, your Tyson Fury's, you know, back in the day, Hugh Bank, and you know, and obviously UFC Conor McGregor and all that a lot. You know what? Now this has been done properly by 2 absolute massive YouTubers. I'm not talking about Joe Weller because he's a nobody, all right? I think it's going to start being more and more popular. I think you're going to see a lot of people, not just from YouTube. I think you're going to see celebrities doing it, where it's a good way. If you hate somebody in the public eye, if you're a celebrity, you can offer them out in a boxing match. You both can make some money out of it, you know, and do what you want, and you can batter him in the boxing ring. You know, it's quite a good thing. It's like when if you ever watched one of my videos, I had about YouTube haters, and I offered out the YouTube hater for a boxing match. He never replied, which, oh well, and that was going to be done for charity. It just proves that at least fair play to both of them. They shook hands, and at the end, KSI had a puffed up eye. Logan Paul had a little bit of blood on him, but it was nothing. I would have gave it a draw personally myself. I don't think either one was better than the other. You know, it was KSI. I think KSI probably would have done better against somebody a bit smaller. Logan Paul's physique and size and reach, I think, stopped, obviously, KSI getting close to him, and I think KSI was a bit wary of him actually getting close because he knew he could just put his arm out and it would be basically stop him from getting close. But I would actually like to see True Geordie getting a fight. He's a big one. You need somebody big to fight him, though. I think he obviously thinks he knows a lot about boxing and all this. Why doesn't he get in there? Actually, him and the one that got punched by KSI and Logan Paul. Previously, I can't remember his name. He owns Zoo gym in America. Something Bradley. If you know, let me know. And you know what? Because it should be like people who like watching this, doing it as well. And I think that'd be funny because obviously he's a big bloke. He's obviously super fit bodybuilder. But obviously I've seen some of True Geordie's videos, and he likes his workouts, and he's a big guy. He's obviously got a bit of a belly, but he's not like fat. But it would be wicked, you know. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I would actually go, and I don't know if you can buy it now. I would actually go and pay for it. It's only £6. It's actually quite entertaining and it's worth the money. I mean, if you've ever paid for any of them proper fights, professionals, you won't get disappointed. And anyway, I'm going to go now because my battery's going to die soon. And have a good weekend and see you later.